70 years is more than a number. It is a story of beginnings, of purpose, of unwavering service, and of doors open for generations yet unborn. Today, we celebrate a man whose life has been defined by justice, faith, discipline, and humility. Honorable Justice Tombar Opele Daniel Kalio. Honorable Justice Tombar Opele Daniel Kalio was born on the 17th of February 1956 at the historic Marcy Street Children's Hospital in Lagos. Born to Mr. Christopher Wokoma Daniel Kalio and Mrs. Catherine Ngo Kalio. His arrival was long awaited and deeply celebrated. He was the first child of the family, a bearer of joy, of hope, and promise. In a remarkable coincidence, the month and year of his birth coincided with the state visit of Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip to Nigeria. Among his father's friends, he earned a nickname that would follow him, the Duke. He was given many names, each carrying meaning. One of them, Shina, a Yoruba name meaning the one who opens doors. True to that name, his birth opened the door for his sisters, Mini and Nne, and for a destiny larger than anyone could imagine. Excellence was evident early. Honorable Justice Daniel Kalio began his education at Mayflower Junior School, Ikenne, and later continued at Corona School, Yaba, just before the Nigerian Civil War. In 1969, after a fiercely competitive national examination, he gained admission into one of Nigeria's most prestigious institutions, King's College, Lagos. He passed the West African School Certificate examination in grade 1, completed his higher school certificate with outstanding results, and secured direct entry into the University of Lagos to study law.
I congratulate you on your retirement and also wish you a very happy birthday as you get to the 7th floor this February that is coming. I'm doing this video on the off chance that I may not make it, but it's a must attend for myself and for Kumi because we are family. And those are the events that we do not want to miss, as we've made every effort to attend all of our own functions at the greatest expense and sacrifice. I'm proud to be your brother. We met several years ago at King's College as young children, and our relationship grew to the point when our families have intermingled from our parents to ourselves and now our children, and that's something that I'm happy about. I also am proud to associate one of the few persons in the judiciary that have kept the integrity of whatever is left of it going and the fire burning. It's not surprising, not out of character. I remember when Miss Allison, our housemaster at High Johnson's house, was getting on your nerves and you made an off remark. And he said, "What did you say?" And you were insistent. I also knew that you were one that held your ground and believed in principles. Practically, and unfortunately, you had a dad that supported your position when you said you didn't see the need of studying French, you didn't foresee its value in your future career, and you successfully debated and argued and made a case such that you were left off the French class. And those are commendable traits that I admire in you, and you held it through. Of course, we remember the frightening Abacha years when you made a judgment that nobody, no judge dared make. It also showed your character, your courage. Of course, they came looking after you. I came to hide in my house until you stood your ground with your chief judge, and they had to find a compromise position. And that was an amazing show of courage, which is rare in the judicial system in Nigeria these days. I mean, we talk of Taylor and the celebrated judges of the past who exhibited such courage, in adjudication and taking their positions. And you also kept that tradition alive. And for that, I'm proud of you to say that you are leaving that office untainted, head held high. And like you said, when one day another illustrious King's College old boy who did not compromise on his principles, I did not want to trade or cut corners. And despite his illustrious legal career, despite that several lawyers that went through his chambers, we nurtured, became SANs, and his later years was finally given an SAN. Your speech, Better Man Know also still comes to mind.
After obtaining his LLB degree, he proceeded to the Nigerian Law School, Lagos, and in 1981 was called to the Nigerian bar, marking the beginning of a lifelong journey in service of justice. Following his call to the bar, he served his national youth service in Kano State, first at the Ministry of Justice and later at the Legal Aid Council. His brilliance and diligence stood out. After a successful recruitment interview, he joined the Rivers State Ministry of Justice as a state counsel, beginning a steady rise through the ranks.
I am Chief Adokie Tamunonengio Furi Amiesimaka, the administrative and traditional head of Owolo Omwaruwari of the Kingdom of Koniju in Okrika local government area of Rivers State. I consider it an honor and privilege to be asked to say something on this auspicious occasion of the 70th birthday anniversary and retirement from the Court of Appeal after an illustrious career of Honorable Justice Obie Tombara Daniel Kalio, P. J. C. A. O. F. R. D. S. S. R. S. I must mention that Justice Daniel Kalio attained a height unprecedented in the annals of judicial officers that have come from Okrika. He has been the highest serving judicial officer. Congratulations, you were 70, 10, and congratulations for such an illustrious career on the bench. I first met Honorable Justice Daniel Kalio in 1983 when he joined the Ministry of Justice, Rivers State Ministry of Justice, as State Counsel. I had joined a year earlier as State Counsel too. And 1994, I was appointed Honorable Attorney General and Justice Commissioner and retired from service voluntarily in 1996. Justice Daniel Kalio was appointed Director Legal Drafting, rising through the ranks we both did, Director Legal Drafting, from where he was elevated to the bench as a judge of the River State High Court in 1995. So for about 12 years, we were colleagues and contemporaries in the River State Ministry of Justice. And by the time I became Attorney General, we had formed a formidable duo. And there is no better way to express how much regard and respect I had for him than to mention that my youngest son is named Obie Tombara. Obie Tombara. That speaks volumes. We had mutual, and still do, we have mutual respect for each other. And as Attorney General, I recall that Justice Daniel Kalio's sense of professionalism, dedication to duty, and commitment was so profound that all he needed was to be properly briefed, and you could rest assured that he was going to produce, that's as Director of Legal Drafting I'm saying now, could rest assured that he was going to produce a document that would be virtually flawless. No surprise, therefore, that in 1995 he was appointed a judge of the River State High Court, where he excelled too. In fact, on 2 occasions, he emerged the best judge in River State and Judge of the Year. I think both accolades have been rested now, but it speaks volumes too that he got such awards. I'm also not surprised that when he was elevated to the Court of Appeal, I think that was in 2012, he also excelled there, and he served all over the country, east, west, north, and south. Presently serving as the presiding justice of the Court of Appeal, Asaba Division, where his performance has also been exemplary. So, Honorable Justice Obie Daniel Kalio, I say hearty congratulations. You have done well. You have made us, the people of Wakrike Bese, very proud, and I can only wish you the best in the future. Good health and God's grace. It's been very nice getting to know you. I'm sure you'll still be of tremendous service to the people of Wakrike Bese and River State in other areas of human endeavor. And I won't fail to mention that you are a loving husband, a dutiful father, and your wife and children must be very proud of you. Congratulations again.
My name is Dagogo Iboroma. I'm a senior advocate of Nigeria. When I started practicing in Port Harcourt about 35 years ago, I ran into Honorable Justice Obie Daniel Kalio. At that time, he was a state counsel working with the River State government, particularly in the Ministry of Justice. And immediately he struck me as a very hardworking lawyer. He was unlike the typical government lawyers in quote, that's lawyers in public service. He showed a great measure of dedication and commitment to his work. He came across as very upright and incorruptible. And so I was not surprised when after a while he was made a High Court judge. And I do recall that a few times the NBA Port Harcourt branch gave award to judges. He was always given the award as the best judge in River State. And then before we knew it, he was now elevated to the Court of Appeal. And of course, why it was a gain for Nigeria, it was a loss for River State. Because we lost one of our very best judges, a very committed judge. And then in 2003, I joined the Full Gospel Businessmen Fellowship International and belonged to the Port Harcourt City chapter, where he was also a member and of course a shone through. At a point, he was my supervising field rep while I was the chapter president, and he showed great commitment to his work. And after so many years in the ministry, in the Court of Appeal. He'll be going on retirement on the 17th day of February 2026. For me and for many Nigerians, particularly lawyers in Rivers State, it's a fruitful career, a rewarding career. He's distinguished himself in several ways. The joy is that, in this country, some men don't have honor, but they are honored. Some men deserve honor, but they are not honored. But here is a typical case of a man. He deserves honor and is greatly going to be honored by Nigeria and Rivers State. I wish him a happy birthday as he turns 70. And as he retires, I can assure you, because of the seeds he has planted, he will enjoy a fruitful and happy retirement. And God will bless him for all his work to the judiciary and to humanity. So when Justice Obiodun Kalio and his wife called me to serve as the chairman of the planning committee, that's to plan his retirement, the valedictory session, and the book presentation, I did not hesitate for one moment. For me, it's going to be service to a noble man, a man deserving of service. So if that was what I was going to do, I gladly accepted, and we are doing our best, and by the grace of God, we shall give him a good book presentation package and Thanksgiving service. Thank you.
In a rare gesture, the Rivers State Civil Service issued him a commendation letter, a salary enhancement, recognizing exceptional productivity. In 1995, Honorable Justice Daniel Kalio was appointed a judge at the High Court of Rivers State. He served with integrity, chairing commissions of inquiry, revising High Court rules, and presiding over sensitive election tribunals.
I am Honorable Justice Simeon Chibuzamare, the Chief Judge of Rivers State. I was the Chief Registrar of the High Court of Rivers State from 1998 to 2002. But then, Justice Daniel Kalio, who is to retire from the Court of Appeal bench 2 weeks coming, was a High Court Judge of Rivers State. And on my appointment in the year 2002, I was assigned to his court for an attachment. We can call it tutelage. I spent 2 weeks in his court and I learned quite a lot from him. He was a stickler for time. 9 o'clock was the sitting time. And he hardly adjourned judgment. Any case that is concluded for judgment, he delivers it on the date. He is a very intelligent man, hardworking, straightforward, a man of integrity. He exhibited that. Lawyers appearing before him knew the type of judge he is, and they were up and doing. I learned quite a lot from him, and on my being assigned my own court, I made it a policy of sitting 9 o'clock, and I copied his style of writing judgment. Writing judgment, every judge has their own peculiar way of writing judgment, and I became interested in the way he was writing judgment. And when I was in Election Petition Tribunal in Kano, I found that my chairman, Honorable Justice Jaro, who is now in Supreme Court, was writing the same way Daniel Kalio was writing, and that is how I write my judgment. It is quite unfortunate that by the time he was elevated to the Court of Appeal bench, on my own side, I wasn't happy because he should have been elevated earlier than that. I was expecting that he would make it to the Supreme Court. But in our own state here, we did not identify him early enough to ensure. If it were some states, I don't think he would have lasted up to 10 years at the High Court bench before being elevated to the Court of Appeal. In any case, he has done his bit. History will be kind to him. Many of us in the High Court of Rivers State see him as our mentor, someone we should copy, someone we should emulate in our doings, both in the court and outside the court. He's a man of integrity. No matter what you say about him, we are very, very proud of him. And when I open law reports, I read some of the judgment, you can see the quality, the application of law, the philosophy behind his reasonings. And that is what makes a judge. Outside the court, he's a very godly man. He has God. He has God. And I know that by special grace of God, he has a lot to offer to this country and Rivers State in particular. Before his appointment to the High Court bench of Rivers State, he was in the Ministry of Justice, and I know what he did there. And I still feel he has a lot to do. Most of the laws of Rivers State are obsolete. They require amendment. If it will please the Rivers State government to engage his services, and I think he will do very well there. So many other areas, his intelligence, his hard work are needed. And I will do everything humanly possible to make sure that when he's called back here, he's properly engaged, because the type of brain he has is not the one that should be allowed to waste. I wouldn't be surprised if he's writing some books, because I know he's a workaholic. On that note, I wish him the best in retirement and happy birthday and many more years ahead. Eventful years, devoid of sickness. Thank you very much and God bless.
In 2012, he was elevated to the Court of Appeal, already one of the most senior judges in Rivers State. As presiding justice in Awka and Asaba, and through distinguished service nationwide, his reputation crossed regional boundaries.
Honorable Justice Daniel Kalio has had an illustrious career marked by exceptional wisdom, wit, and a keen sense of justice. His contributions to the judiciary shall inspire generations to come. Whenever I think about my Lord, I am reminded of the fact that my Lord's unwavering dedication to law is only rivaled by his closet dedication to chocolates and sugar. My surprise has always been that my Lord, all through his remarkable career, has never ruled in favor of chocolate as a fundamental right. As my very dear and most cherished brother and colleague commences his retirement, I wish him good health, good cheer, and an endless supply of chocolates and sugar, which I pray that he remembers to share with his beloved grandchildren. Thank you.
his service did not go unnoticed. These honors tell a story not just of achievement, but of trust earned through decades of principled service. Beyond the courtroom stands a man deeply rooted in faith. Born again in 1986, he continues a proud Christian heritage.
I am Pastor Anthony Sinwachuku, a lecturer with Captain Elechi Amadi Polytechnic and a pastor of the Glorious Covenant Ministry. Elder Honorable Justice Ubietomara Oupele Daniel Kalio is a very good friend of mine, and my family and his family had been together ever since we came to know each other. I'd known him for over 36 years, and we had been together as a brother, and we had stayed in the ministry, Glorious Covenant Ministry, when we moved, when the ministry started 31 years ago. We have been together, and Honorable Justice Obie Tomara Oupele Daniel Kalio have been a great member of the Glorious Covenant Ministry, an ordained deacon, an ordained elder. In all that he is the pioneer member of the ministry's National Council, being a trustee member. With all this, that will tell you the quality of the person I am talking about. We don't want to discuss much about the services that he is living now. That is, as a judge of the Appeal Court of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. A very young man, from the time, if we check when he became a board of trustee 30-something years ago, he had been a judge. A material that can be equated to be nominated for membership of The Hague, the international judge, because of his personality, his integrity, and his great service. Within the state, he had taken up some challenges in the things of settlement of communities. One spectacular one is the assignment that brought peace to the Obakri community. I don't want to delve into it, but by his leadership in that particular service, he brought peace to the community. He is that person. And so many other things that we can think that whenever he is called to service, he does it very well. Coming to the ministry, I've been his pastor at Glorious Covenant Church, Borokiri Parish, and where we were staying temporarily and had to move to our permanent site at the Sandfield, him and his family virtually built up the church from where we moved from our temporary site to it. And after that, he was transferred to another parish, the Shalom parish of the Glorious Covenant Ministry. There too, the permanent site, he built up everything. I want to say that all these things talked about the personality whom he is, and that we, his friends, if we mention his name, is like a passport. We are proud to associate with him. Our families are together. And in all, let me say one other aspect. He looks so calm, simple, sincere in all, but there is a humorous aspect of him. He cracks jokes and all. One spectacular one can be, there's an elder in the ministry, I don't want to call his name, but he knows that will call his wife, blessing my babe, I'm the only, and make fun in his front. He will say, yes, everybody say want to be with Bianca. But Ojukwu said, yes, who takes Bianca home? I take Bianca home. So whatever thing you say, my wife is your babe, I take my wife home. You can see with all light-mindedness. Another one is the one that he closed work, he was going to his house and drove into his compound at Amadi Flat when he was staying there. His own gate man was telling him, and he told the story, his own gate man was telling him, Oga no dey. And he started laughing. He said, who is the Oga? I am the... He said, no, I'm telling you Oga no. He said, okay, please just open. Even if Oga no dey for house, let me go and wait for him. You know, he's that kind of a person. Loving, cheerful, sincere, and integrity. So I want to say that Elder Honorable Justice Obie Tomara Upele Daniel Kalio is a quiet, gentle man, dignity personified, and love spread. He is benevolent to all things. Further, I will just say that if you relate with him, you have picked a valuable relationship that is eternal. He is born again and a strong foundation, even as a full gospel member. He carried that kind of thing into Glorious Covenant Ministry. God bless you. Congratulations, Obie. Congratulations, my Lord, as you exit the judiciary. God bless you. And yes, we are enjoying and we are going to enjoy more. Happy birthday. God bless you.
His grandfather, the paramount chief, Oju Daniel Kalio, served a key role in establishing churches across Africa and Port Harcourt. Behind the titles and honors is a devoted husband and father, married to Dr. Mrs. Blessing Daniel Kalio. Their union is blessed with 5 children, a family grounded in love, discipline, and faith.
Congratulations and a happy birthday to my father, my friend, my number one fan, my earthly provider and protector, my support system, Honorable Justice Obie Tombara Daniel Kalio. Having you as my father is definitely one of the first heavenly gifts from God. I mean, having you both as my parents, really. Around the young age of 6, my parents told us that the motto for this family is diligence, excellence, and integrity. And I must say that those are 3 words that perfectly describe the type of man my father is. Growing up, I watched him diligently and consistently work hard to achieve all his goals. He wanted to go into the Court of Appeal and he worked hard to make sure he got there. Do you know how inspiring that is to see growing up every day as a child? I remember when he announced to us in Akure Street that he had been promoted to the Court of Appeal. We were so excited. Over the years, I've walked into rooms and once I say my full name, Suddenly, special treatment. And why is that? Because of the mark that his integrity and his excellence has left on my life. So because of him, I get special treatment. I love that. Daddy, your humility, transparency, generosity is highly influential to me, and it has impacted me so much. You are indeed a mentor to me and the rest of my siblings. Last but not the least, because of this man, because of my father, my standard in men is very, very high. This one has taken me to Dubai, America, South Africa, Ghana, and many, many more. Because of him, I have never paid for a flight ticket. Maybe one time on my birthday because I had to, but I never paid for flight tickets. He shows us so much love and respect. I've seen how he treats my mom. I've just seen it and I'm just like, wow, I'm not settling for less because my father puts a jacuzzi in my bedroom. Period. As you can tell, I can really go on and on and on about how amazing my father is. I call him my Odogu silencer because anytime he enters into a room, his presence is felt. His presence every time he enters into a room, his presence is felt. Everybody suddenly sits up and wants to be on their best behavior. Nonsense stops, and that is why I call him Odogu silencer, because he silenced the place. I'm proud to be a Daniel Kalio, and not just any Daniel Kalio, Obie Tombara's daughter. I am indeed proud. Last but not the least, I must say again, happy birthday and a big, big congratulations to my father. I hope that you enjoy today. Have an amazing day and you deserve all the flowers. I'll try to bring you some.
Happy birthday and happy retirement to you, Daddy. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud to be your daughter. I'm so proud to be your friend. I'm so proud to be in your life and to just be associated with you. You know, right from growing up, we've always been close. You've always been one of my best friends, my biggest supporter, my encourager. You know, you just inspire me to just be better and encourage me to be better. I can remember even just, deciding from following you to court from when I was a kid. Sometimes I'll just follow you to court, watch you do your thing in court, go to your chambers with you after. And I was just like, wow, this seems like such a noble profession. And I just loved it. And I was like, I'm definitely going to study law. So you were my biggest inspiration for that. And I love how even just being a father and even being in that position, you would always still make out time for us as a family. In fact, like you would come pick me up from school, from Brereton, then you pick me up and, you've just always been there. And I'm so proud of you. Even being the judge that you are, I know several times when I'll go to court, when I was still in practice and, I'll go to court and I'll have people walk up to me. Oh, are you just Daniel Kalio's daughter? Wow, such an honorable man. And they always had good things to say about you. Like everywhere that your name is mentioned is literally mentioned for good. And there's nothing more noble than that. Like there are people that that can't say that about their parents. And I'm so proud that I can say that you have indeed always been a gentleman, respected judge, and you've not compromised on your person. I'm so proud of you. Speaking of you as a dad, oh my God, Dad, you are the most amazing, the funniest, In fact, I don't know, I would have never wished for any other father. Like God gave me the father for me. And I'm so proud of you. One of my fondest memories of you remains from Adesoi College. I have a lot, but there are two that stand out to me in this moment. I can remember when I was still in Adesoi College and you had come for one of the visiting days. And so my friend had seen you at the PTA meeting and you had told her, don't spill the beans to my daughter, like when you see her. And my friend came to tell me that your father, I saw your dad, and he said I should not spill the beans, that he's here. And she did not know what that meant. And I was like, only my father will come and be telling a JS1, JS2 student, don't spill the beans. Like, she did not know what that meant. So she came to tell me. I was like, it's definitely my dad. But then when I came to the visiting ground and I took everything from the car, I was like, where's my dad? He's like, was my friend mistaken? Like, how is it that my dad is not here? So I was disappointed. I was walking to my seats, visiting day. We all like, I was walking to my table. And then with the food in my hand, like the snacks and everything in my hand, and I had Tambibi, and I can remember the joy that filled my soul that day. I dropped all the food bags and I literally ran. And I can remember just crying because I was so happy that, you were there. Even when it was time for me to go to foundation at Sheffield, you followed me to the airport. It was quite an emotional one because you two were crying. And I was also crying. And, we've just always had that bond. Like, even till now, if I'm ever in any fix, I know that I can always call you and you'll be there. In fact, you carry my matter on your head. And I just love that we have that friendship, because some people just go to their dads for money and all that, but it's really not like that with us at all. Like, we are legitimately friends, and I'm so happy for that. I'm happy to have you because I know that you're the one person in this world that I know would do anything, absolutely anything, to make sure that I'm happy right from growing up. Even when you scold me a bit, you come to me and you apologize. And you've just always been sweet like that. And I'm so grateful to God for your life. I pray that even as you're retiring and you're moving to this next phase of your life, that God keeps you. God really keeps you for us. I cannot even imagine like my life without you. I just pray that God keeps you very, very long, to see your children, to see your grandchildren, to see your great-grandchildren. If I have my way, I will keep you forever with me. So anyway, this is just to say congratulations and a happy birthday to you. And I love you so dearly from the bottom of my heart. Wow.
Honorable Justice Sobietombara Daniel Kalio, this is your beloved wife in whom you are well pleased. My darling husband, I'll sing my love song unto you as I usually would. I keep falling in love with you over and over and over again. It gets sweeter and better as the days go by. Oh, what a love between my love and I keep falling in love with you over and over again. It gets sweeter and better as the days go by. Oh, what a love between my love and I keep falling in love with you over and over again. It's been wonderful. 70 years on planet Earth you have been. Over 30 years as a jurist. God bless the wonderful day I met you at Christmas, 1987. I can't forget that day with my beautiful little green gown, and I met you. It's been testimonies. It's been wonderful. It's been a challenging, impactful, exciting journey. And I bless God. You have been exceptional. You have been exceptional. Your journey as a judge, God has been wonderful. I sat back and I decided to wander through the period. But I couldn't help but encapsulate all of the experiences together and decided to describe you as the graceful jurist. You have been a graceful jurist. A jurist with the grace of God, with the fear of God. You have dispensed justice as you promised the Lord. I remember after you were sworn in, you said, God has given me his position to act in his stead in the affairs of men. I will dispense justice as God would. And I also know that as I do it dutifully, with honesty and integrity, I do know that my God will supply all my needs and He will meet me at my points of need. Indeed, I have watched you and we have grown. And indeed, you stood and God showed up for you. Yes, you lack nothing. You may not be affluent, but you lack nothing. God has been gracious. It pays to serve God and serve Him dedicatedly. You committed your life to this work. You committed your soul to this work. And within a short moment, after you took the vows, God helped you. By His grace, He established your name in the sands of time in the River State Judiciary. And every man got to know you as the incorruptible judge, dispensing justice with fear of the Lord, without fear or respect for the parties involved in any matter. I salute you, my husband. You are a hero. You are a great man. You are a solid husband and a solid judge. I celebrate you. I join the world to celebrate you. And I say, welcome. You did not compromise. You didn't even compromise your health, not your family. You did not compromise. As a wife, I suffered inconveniences. There were times I had to struggle with fat books on my bed to sleep. I have to push the books to one corner and then I will sleep. Fat books. The whole house turned to be a library. Everywhere, books. And you worked tirelessly. You refused to allow anybody do your job for you. You did your work by yourself. You wrote. You wrote over and over. You transcribed by yourself. You are a great man. You are fantastic. I celebrate you. If I have the whole world at my disposal, it will not be enough to celebrate you. Welcome back from that stressful journey, from that work. I welcome you with my arms and I say, dear Mama, you have been good. My greatest, welcome. Yes, there will be no fat books to struggle my bed with me anymore because I will have you all to myself right now. And I can't wait to enjoy the rest of our lives together, serving God, the God that has brought us this far. God has been faithful. I have every reason to thank God because in all these over 30 years of being a judge, we didn't rush you to the hospital. God stood for you. You didn't pay medical bills. God took care of your health. God took care of your needs. God showed up for you. He said it is important to serve God. I am happy. Dear Mama, welcome back home. Welcome. And I celebrate you as I usher you to the 7th floor. Your years, your later years, they shall surely be greater than your former. Congratulations, my greatest. Dear Mama, the greatest, my own husband, happy 70th birthday. The best is yet to come. God will fulfill it. Amen.
At 70, as he retires from active judicial service, his work continues through lives touched, law shaped, and doors open. Happy retirement and happy 70th birthday, Honorable Justice Obietombara Owupele Daniel Kalio.